On the Nintendo Consumer Rights Wiki page, they have listed a video of yours truly as more evidence stacked against Nintendo. That's right. People are using us now as a source of Nintendo's anti-consumerism.
Remind them we take donations.
Yes, sir.
That's right. A hand stuck in a cardboard box is now being cited as a source against Nintendo.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Andy Matrix. I'm back on Angry Guys YouTube channel. Yeah, baby. So today we got a bit of a sad story. So there was an Italian YouTuber that is being threatened by Nintendo for reviewing some retro gaming devices. Yep, that is right. That is right, guys. Nintendo is going after YouTubers now, because why the heck not? Out of all things, why the heck not? And correct me if I'm wrong, but Nintendo, they have 2 lawsuits going on right now. Man, they love to just get in trouble, right? So forget going after the companies that made said retro devices. Forget going after those companies in China that produces retro gaming devices that are much better than what Nintendo offers, by the way. Nope. Let's go after the YouTubers. It's the YouTubers' fault. Alright, guys, it's your boy Andy Matrix. If you have not heard of me, you can check me out at Andy Matrix Gaming here on YouTube. Okay, I talk about anime, gaming, Japanese culture. If you're into any of those things, make sure to follow me. The link is in the description section. Go ahead and click down there. Follow me. I'm trying to get 3,000 subscribers. Right? So if you want to help me with that, go ahead and subscribe. I thank you very much. And guys, make sure to follow Angry Guy on Rumble, because YouTube is the censor station. And Angry Guy's uploading his content over there on Rumble. He's got some new stuff over there, actually. So make sure to click the link in the description. Follow him on Rumble. And finally, do not let Klaus Schwab and the elites tell you that you own nothing and be happy. Okay? Check out Angry Guy's Crypto Academy, where he's going to teach you how to, secure your future with crypto. Buying and selling crypto, day trading crypto, making a profit off a cryptocurrency before it gets too pricey. As these coins, grow in value, they get more and more expensive. So you got to get them while they are low. Now on with the show. Okay, so the YouTuber Francesco Salicini, he's from Italy. He's from Italia. He's Italiano, Dios mío. So he has some law enforcement just burst into his house and take 30 consoles from him. Imagine that. You got a SWAT team. I'm sorry. I'm such a jerk. I'm sorry, but imagine a SWAT team just burst into your house. They show up on your house and they're like, "Where are your video games at?" Oh shit. Now the police shows up at your house. And they're like, "All right, buddy, give us your video games." I don't know. That just sounds hilarious to me, man. It's almost as if like you're hiding drugs or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, they took all his consoles, 30 of them, by the way, and all of which he probably bought from Amazon, somewhere on the internet, right? And Nintendo loves to make an example of innocent, poor people. It's dangerous to be a gamer. Okay, it is dangerous to be a gamer nowadays, especially, if you get caught by Nintendo. Because, this guy, to make the long story short, Nintendo kind of found a loophole in the Italian law about consumer products, and they were able to get this guy, right? And because it was in Italy, in Italia, they couldn't just, a Japanese company can't throw you in jail for, reviewing a retro game device that Nintendo refuses to do themselves, and other companies have to do because Nintendo won't do it for the fans, even though Nintendo got millions of fans. But anyways, that's besides the point. Nintendo rather, get this guy in trouble. They rather just send the cops after this guy. I'm pretty sure they paid the law enforcement. I'm pretty sure of that. I am convinced that Nintendo, they must have paid the law enforcement in Italia to get this guy. I mean, the kind of loops, the kind of hills that Nintendo is willing to climb and go up just to catch one person, you know, doing something that they don't like is absolutely incredible to me. But we're going to have Fritanga go deeper into the story. Hit it!
You know, after seeing what Nintendo guys have had to be dealing with for the first month of the Switch 2's existence, I started thinking to myself, maybe living in this cardboard box isn't so bad. Because it's not like Nintendo could brick my cardboard box. Wait, can they? Somebody look it up. All I do know about Nintendo is they would love the opportunity to resell this exact cardboard right back to me, because they have sold cardboard before. But trust me, you're far better off living in the box than trying to use it as a VR headset. Anything that doesn't have the Nintendo logo printed on it is probably a safer device to use overall than most things. And I just found out like yesterday, as I reached 100K. On the Nintendo Consumer Rights Wiki page, they have listed a video of yours truly as more evidence stacked against Nintendo. That's right. People are using us now as a source of Nintendo's anti-consumerism.
Remind them we take donations.
Yes, sir.
That's right. A hand stuck in a cardboard box is now being cited as a source against Nintendo, when all I'm doing is reporting what I've heard. And every time there's an update, the stories just get even more crazy, because today's story should make all YouTubers out there who make Nintendo emulation or Nintendo ROM or Nintendo hacking videos very concerned. Just when you thought you were free of Nintendo's jurisdiction, think again.
Nintendo
has no jurisdiction. He'll find him and make him squeal.
Forget copyright strikes. A retro gaming YouTuber faces possible jail time for reviewing gaming handhelds.
Some of the government, some of it is pretty corrupt.
Jesus Christ. This is proof that Nintendo's all-out war on emulators and ROMs has been succeeding. I mean, yeah, they're chipping away at an iceberg, but nonetheless, they're chipping. It's just insane to see what governments focus on. Who's the biggest threat to national security? The people with the sex trafficking ring and that island? Or this YouTuber named Once Were Nerd with 49K subs who puts up videos emulating on handhelds? Yeah, we know exactly who to target. Random YouTube nerds. That is the biggest threat to our national security. The story reads, Italian YouTuber Once Were Nerd covers a variety of retro gaming topics, but his reviews of Anbernic devices appear to be the straw that broke the camel's back. According to the YouTuber, customs enforcement officers from the Guardia di Finanza, mamma mia, showed up at his home and office on April 15 with a search warrant to investigate this motherfucker's promotion of pirated, copyrighted materials.
It must be a Mario. He takes racing too seriously.
He takes everything too seriously.
The Italian government, so basically the mafia. Okay, gotcha. Just imagine. You have to send armed reinforcement to this twig boy's home to confiscate his handheld devices. What makes this even crazier is they showed up exactly on the day of my birthday, April 15. How hilarious is it though? There's actual predators, there's actual murderers, actual thieves running wild out there, and they send their armed reinforcements to this YouTuber's house over video games. It's no longer just little veiled threats from Nintendo and other corporations. They are getting government agencies to break down people's doors now. They seized a variety of Anbernic, bulky and trim UI gaming handhelds from his collection. In total, more than 30 consoles were taken. The creator, assuming he didn't do anything wrong, complied with demands, providing full transcripts of his conversations, wahoo, and chats with gaming handheld manufacturers. The officers took his phone, promising to return it in a few days. It was returned 2 months later, on June 15th. God damn! Is this really where the Italian people's tax dollars are being wasted? You know, because investigations like this aren't free. They're being paid for out of your pocket, even if it's not something you care about being investigated. That's right. Your tax dollars are being used to shelter corporations. I mean, that's no secret, but hearing it over and over again doesn't make it any better, especially when actions are being taken. And believe me, this is a very drastic one. You know, they want his phone to investigate all those conversations with the manufacturers of other handheld devices and seeing if they can build a story and try to enforce the law and make it so that those other manufacturers can't keep producing devices meant to emulate games that Nintendo and other corporations refuse to sell back to consumers. They're trying to find a link here in order to shut down a lot of products. It is absolutely insane that they kept this phone for 2 fucking months. They were looking deep into that thing. They have to be investigating him for other things, right? Because why else would you keep that phone for so long? Well, who knows, but the man seems very convinced of himself that he has done nothing wrong because he put up a video himself talking about all of it. And unfortunately, I don't speak pizza, so we have to continue just reading off the article. Officials seized more than 30 consoles and may shut down the channel before it goes to trial. According to the video, officials are not required to disclose what exactly the charges are or who has brought them until the initial investigation is complete under Italian law. At that point, the case is either dismissed or goes to trial. The complaint specifically mentions reproduction of copyrighted material from Nintendo and Sony, but the case may originate from the agency itself. However, in the meantime, officials have the option to shut down his channel even before proving any wrongdoing. This is a scary prospect for any creator who has spent years building a channel, and unlike YouTube copyright strikes, there's likely no remedy. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's right. That is right. And guys, as we are heading into the all digital future, you're going to want to protect yourself with cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is going to be the money of the future. It's going to be for the people, right? So make sure to check out Angry Guy's Crypto Academy in the description section. Angry Guy's going to teach you how to buy and sell crypto, day trade crypto, make a profit off of crypto. He's also going to show you which coins are the best to invest for the future. So click the link in the description. Check out the Crypto Academy.
Hey guys, in a world pushing you to own nothing and be happy, crypto is your key to survival. Join Angry's Crypto Academy to master buying, selling, and trading crypto. Make huge profits and safeguard your wealth. Plus, discover the one crypto virtually no one is talking about, poised to create new millionaires in the upcoming bull run. The link is in the description of the video below. Go check it out now.
Now on with the show. Okay, so quick story. Back into, I think it was 2023. Yeah, 2023. There was a Japanese YouTuber that uploaded some anime to YouTube and was sent to jail for 2 years. Now, this was in Japan, obviously. He was in Japan, and because of the Japanese laws, anybody that uploads any anime to YouTube or to some other website, due to copyright law, you will be sent to jail. So in Japan, there is no such thing as an anime YouTuber in Japan. I repeat, there is no such thing as an anime YouTuber in Japan. So all you anime YouTubers here in America, thank God, okay? Thank God that you have this freedom to talk about anime and not get thrown in jail. Consider yourself lucky. So why do I say this? Why do I bring this story up? I bring this story because Nintendo is a Japanese company. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to push Japanese law on other countries. Right? On other countries. Realize that, let's say, I don't know, Microsoft. When was the last time Microsoft tried to throw somebody in jail for, I don't know, for downloading, for having a ROM or, I don't know, doing anything of this nature? Never. Because Microsoft is an American company. Now, to my knowledge, they have never done anything of this nature. You will have to go be really extreme for Microsoft to actually come after you because you, I don't know, for game piracy. You will have to do something extreme, right? But other companies, they're not so intensely protective over their intellectual properties, because they know they're still going to profit, even if people do pirate their games and their content. Nintendo, on the other hand, is one heck of a. I don't know. This is why people say Nintendo is the Disney of gaming, because similarly, Disney will go after your ass if you pirate or if you use, Mickey Mouse or any other Disney IP inappropriately, right? Because at least in America we have the right to parody, right? Law of fair use, the right to parody. But if you use it in the wrong way, Disney will catch your ass and they'll do something similar to Nintendo. So yeah. So because they can actually arrest the YouTuber, Nintendo, they'll just contact and compensate the law enforcers in Italia, right, to punish the YouTuber. Now, I don't know if this guy got arrested, but it does say, the news did say that his home was raided, his consoles were taken away, and you guys have seen it. You guys have seen these consoles, these devices on Amazon, on Temu, on TikTok, the TikTok shop. Is these devices that are made in China, right? They're made in China, and they put a whole bunch of old Nintendo games on the device, and you can just play. Like what? I think like hundreds of games in one device, and you can just play it. Right? You've seen these devices, these like retro game devices. They're all over the internet. So, as you can see, Nintendo is a part-time law firm, aside from being a gaming company. Alright, so let's go ahead and let Fritanga finish up. Hit it!
Holy shit! It turns out Mario has some really good friends in the government. And they're good friends because it's the Italian government. Mama fucking mia. Obviously, they're doing this for more than just Nintendo. There's several corporations who are actively trying to shut down emulation and ROMs. But I mean, come on, let's be real. The majority of these complaints are coming from Nintendo. They are the ones actively trying to stop this more than any other company. And that's mainly because not only does Nintendo have the easiest games to emulate, but the availability of a lot of classic titles provided by Nintendo is scarce in comparison to what you can download right now that has been collecting on ROM sites for nearly over 20 years. Actively pursuing ROM sites and trying to take them down isn't something I agree with, but it makes more sense than trying to take down a random Italian gaming YouTuber with 49,000 subs who has hurt nobody. All he's ever done is shown people these devices, the ROMs running on them. He's not distributing this, so why he must face such a severe punishment makes no sense to me. I mean, what does this do for the average Italian citizen exactly? You're not even cleaning up the streets. You're just cleaning up YouTube, and YouTube's not a real place. This form of content where people run ROMs on different emulation devices has been going on since nearly the beginning of this website, and now they are actively trying to take it down. I mean, good luck. That's going to be a lot of resources and a lot of manpower, and it's going to require compliance from YouTube. But what I really think is going on here is they're more or less just using this guy to try and set an example and intimidate and scare everyone else into not making this type of content or covering these devices or ever mentioning ROMs or emulation ever again. And to that I say, what's the point? Has any drug bust ever led to the end of the drug war? No. Does the Italian government really believe that taking down a YouTuber who makes videos about how to turn your Amazon Fire TV stick into an arcade console is going to bring down the end of all of this? I mean, just imagine bringing him into court. What did he do? He showed people how to play Mario Kart on an Amazon Fire Stick. The very idea that this man's livelihood can just be taken away from him right now, no questions asked, no process to ensure he's innocent before they even do that, that right there is insane. I highly encourage you guys to go watch this video. I will link it down below, because believe me, as someone who just reached 100,000 subs, I can tell you how fucking hard it is to get here. Working on a channel, providing content that you care for, topics you care about, and trying to make things interesting and entertaining for people takes work, passion, and an unhealthy amount of dedication. People who make content like him are a godsend, and they make the world a better place. But most importantly, I see it as wasted effort. It's not going to stop emulation at all, or stop anybody from producing devices that can emulate. If you're wondering specifically what he violated in order to even begin this arrest and confiscation of his items, comes from the text of Article 171, Paragraph 1 of the Italian copyright law. The exclusive right of distribution includes the right to market and make a work or copies available to the public, as well as the right to introduce copies of a work made outside the European community into its territory for distribution. Probably some translation issues there. I might not have the exact case number here, but you can get a lot more info from him in his video, and it's AI translated, which again, I recommend you watch. You know, I wish I could say crazier things have happened, but it's starting to reach its peak now, isn't it? These corporations like Nintendo are dead serious. They are not taking it lightly anymore, with the FBI shutting down ROM sites, and now full-on raids and warrants for arrest of YouTubers who have shown these devices running emulators and ROMs. It's almost as if these corporations don't even want you to know you can do these things. It's less about the act itself and more about the knowledge of it. How ridiculous will it be if, like, in 10 years from now, our prisons are full, not of murderers or violent criminals, but of people who look like Scott the Woz, who made videos on YouTube about emulation. Now, I highly doubt that will be the case for this fella here. I don't see him being locked up or jailed for it, but the legal fees, the loss of his channel, potentially all of his hardware being taken and confiscated, even if his name is cleared, it won't take away his loss. Crazy to me that the most innocent content you can watch on this platform is seized by authorities in the name of these billion-dollar gaming corporations who are by no means being financially crippled by this.
Yeah, that's right. So the way that Nintendo sees it is that why bother creating an option for games, for gamers to play retro games, right? For retro games, for Nintendo games that they created. Why bother create one of these devices and, and profit off of it, right? Why not just throw them in jail or threaten them? Install fear into the fans so that they will tremble at the thought of making a gaming video. You know, that huge library of games that Nintendo has. You know, why bother trying to make it accessible to gamers? No, that's a waste of time. That is a waste of time, my friends. No, it is so much easier and so much smoother to threaten the fans and threaten people who who promote your video games on YouTube. Just threaten them and tell them, hey, you better stop. You better stop or you're gonna go to jail, buddy. I don't care how much money you're making off of your YouTube revenue, but F you. Oh, what's that? You're promoting the Nintendo Switch? Nope, we don't care. Your ass is going to jail. Yeah, this is the world that we live in. This is the world that we live in. Okay? You know, these companies really should be thankful. They should really be thankful that fans take the time to talk about these things, to make Nintendo videos, because even even here at Angry Guys channel and myself, Andrew Matrix, like, even when we're talking trash about the Nintendo Switch 2, we're still promoting it. We're still promoting the Nintendo Switch 2. You know, we're giving it, this is basically free marketing for Nintendo, so they really should be grateful. They should be working with YouTubers to promote their games and their products and all that shit, but they don't. They don't give a shit. Nintendo doesn't give a shit. It's all about the power. It's all about the power, brother. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, here's a Japanese guy that's throwing a Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm so glad I get to be the first person to do this! Oh no! Oh my god! Damaging it! Oh my god! Damaging it! Oh my god, it's play wrong! Oh my god,
All right, guys, that's gonna be it. Whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below. Make sure to like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. Everybody's your boy, Andy Matrix. Godspeed, baby.